morning, folks. How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting us. This is very exciting. Please tell everyone your names.
My name is Mike Langlois.
Carol Langlois.
And Bob Corey behind the camera, and Gay Corey. And you've been very busy, Mike. Very busy.
Over many years.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
Since 1988. We've had a village of one kind or another since then. And it started, we went to Florida, and we went to a dollar store, and I happened to notice these little houses. I said, oh, those are cute. And that was the beginning of everything.
That was your downfall, huh?
Yeah. And every year we've added a few, and this is what we've ended up with.
So how many pieces do we have now?
Well, we have 100 houses under light, and we have others which are dark, and we have some solid houses as well.
Wow. So you buy the houses at all different places?
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you see one.
Some of them we buy at the dollar stores, some of them at secondhand stores,
Sure.
and some of them at flea markets or yard sales, all wherever. And there's some gifts too as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So for you folks at home who don't know what we're talking about right now, we're talking about Mike's, what do you call it, train and village
Yeah,
set.
Model Train and Village, it's a seasonal thing. We set it up the first week or so in November, and it goes down right after Christmas.
Now, how many trains do you have?
Oh, I have a lot more trains than this, but
Well, how many trains are on this?
we have two trains set up. One is a passenger train.
Passenger train?
Yeah, we have a passenger train, and we also have a freight train. The passenger train we found at a secondhand store in a box. And
Really?
I bought the box, and so the train cost me next to nothing. And if you were to buy this at a store, it would be a lot of money.
Oh, sure.
So.
I know, I think Bob used to have Lionels.
Well, we'll get into that later.
But he had the bigger ones.
I'm going to show you that. We have, if you want to do that now. I don't know if you want to do that yet now.
No, let's talk about the village now and
sure.
tell us what you have in here, because I see over here we have a lighthouse.
Yeah. Now this lighthouse. This is pretty interesting. We found this at a yard sale. I think it was in Pelham, in the middle of summer, of course.
Oh, gee.
And so I said, oh, I like that lighthouse, but I didn't know that it was going to blink like that, because there must be some sort of electronic circuitry in there, because it doesn't just blink. It gets it gets softer and it gets less brighter.
It fades in and
It's
out.
really neat. And what I had to do is I had to, there were actually two lights down here. I had to extend the wire or up through the tunnel,
Right.
so it would go into the house. Now let me show you how this works.
Okay. Do you want me to stay here, Bob? or-
You want me to, I don't know if you want to get closer for this or not, but we can come over here. The houses, the lights stick up out of the base, and they generally go into a hole, and that's it. Pretty simple,
And it just goes over the little light.
Right.
Now, do you have a theme here, or we just have
There's
a...
there's a number of themes.
Number of themes,
And the idea is, I'm trying to recreate the past. Sort of like a reminiscence thing.
Sure.
There were some Dickens houses.
Oh.
These three houses were a gift for my son. These have to do with A Christmas Carol. There's
Oh.
Fezziwig's Warehouse, and Bob Cratchit's house, and this is Bob Cratchit's house, and I think this one is Scrooge's house.
Oh. Yeah.
Scrooge and Marley, the store.
I do. I think we know that story a little bit.
Right. And these are Dickens houses, and there's one more over here. This one here, it says The Curiosity Shop, which is a story by Charles Dickens.
Yes, I remember that.
I
don't remember the whole story now, though, but now that
Let's
you
see if I can get
mentioned
this
it.
back in. Then we have some other, over here. This whole series of houses has to do with It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember. This is the house that George Hatch and his girlfriend were throwing stones at when they when they were kids, they're making wishes.
Yeah.
This is the bridge that he was going to jump off.
Yeah.
And here's Clarence the Angel.
There's Clarence over here, Bob.
Carol found that one, and so we've added that one. And there's a few other houses.
I don't think that's Bob's favorite movie.
This is Mrs. Martini's restaurant.
Oh, Martini's
That's
restaurant.
that one there.
Wow.
Then over here,
You have a lot of little tiny,
oh yeah, yeah.
look at the little trees, Bob.
Well, okay, since you're
All right,
asking,
I am asking.
since you're asking,
Wow.
when I was working, I noticed that there was a bush out front, and underneath the bush there were a bunch of dead branches. So I looked at them and I said, you know, I can use those, right?
Really?
Yeah. So what happened is my grandson, I brought them home, trimmed them, and then I got my grandson, Michael,
Michael, incidentally.
and so what we did is we sprayed them with glue, and then we sprinkled them with
Glitter?
glitter.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
They're all over
so
the
this
place.
is really from nature.
yeah, well, to an extent, yeah.
So you're also a great outdoorsman, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So-
Let's see now, a couple of other things. Here.
Now, Carol mentioned you had Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, well, first of all,
All right, we'll do
let me
this.
go over this. These are Thomas Kincaid houses.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
I've seen his pictures.
yeah, and they're based on his paintings. This is Santa's village. This is where the elves live. This is where the reindeer live.
Wow.
And there's Santa Claus right there.
There he is.
And there's a little tower for him to watch the kids to make sure they're being good.
Oh, of course. You better watch out.
Yeah. Here's another house, and there's another Santa
Santa on
Claus.
the roof.
But now, which is the real one? I don't know. I think.
Yeah, you could have a helper, Mike.
Yeah.
Now, what do we have back here?
Back here we just have.
Just a
These
lot
are
of
all
different
random
houses,
houses.
yeah.
These are probably among the first houses, and these are like the ones we found at the dollar store. And you can see they're very simple,
Yeah.
just a hole in the bottom. But and this is actually a dark one, which I used to cover one of the wires.
There's so much to see in
Yeah.
here. Now, I see it looks like you have a little traffic going on.
Oh yeah, a lot of traffic. And these cars, you can see it better from a top shot, I guess. But the cars,
Yeah, I
they're
see.
pretty much to scale. Over here, this house, this building, kind of reminds me of Lowell City Hall.
Oh, look at that,
So-
doesn't it?
Not completely, of course, but I have a vivid imagination, and I can see Lowell City Hall.
Wow. That's
Next.
something.
This is the first Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, is it? Can you hold that?
Yeah. It's the first Ronald McDonald House.
Wow. You've got a little of everything here, Mike.
They're all, yeah. And then over here, I've never been there to see it, but this is supposed to be a replica of Victoria Station in London. So,
Wow. Have you ever been to Victoria Station, Bud? You have?
back here, these are two we just found somehow by chance. These are based on Hummels.
Oh,
There's like a photograph. You can't probably see it too well, but these are Hummels.
Wow.
There's a Hummel.
I see the little well, I sort of see it. Oh, yeah, look at, there's the Hummel,
Yeah.
the figurine.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah, we used to belong to the Hummel Club. I haven't had it for a while, but I've got a few.
And then we have some solid buildings over there. We have castles,
Oh, yeah, you do have a castle. You see the castle stuff?
and the orange roof building.
Oh, in the back?
Yeah, is one we found. We got in Aruba when we were there.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and there are two Chinese buildings, because on business I've been to Taiwan, and I'm
Oh.
crazy about Chinese culture.
Good for you.
So,
So you have a little of everything here.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to overlook anything. Now, what is this one back here? That's,
well, let's find out and see if it says anything. Probably not. No, it's just
just a house.
just a
But
house.
It's just an interesting looking
Yeah,
building.
it is. It is.
Now, that's a castle over here?
I think that's supposed to be,
Is that a castle?
that's supposed to be a lighthouse.
Oh, that's a
But it's
lighthouse
just,
too?
yeah, there's nothing special about it.
Oh, it's neat looking.
Let's see. Now, in the village, we have a skating rink
Oh,
over there, and we have a cemetery.
cemetery.
And my son made these large monuments. Whoops, whoops,
Whoop,
whoops.
oh. Don't be destroying the cemetery, Mike.
Yeah. Don't want to dig up any graves.
No, 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 I mean, it's Halloween coming, but we don't want to open any gates there.
Yeah, yeah. So,
That's terrific.
yeah, and we've got every year I add something. Like for example, this tunnel replaces another tunnel that we used to, well, first of all, I should say, this whole thing used to be on the floor, over in
it
the
did,
corner.
yeah.
And this tunnel replaces another tunnel, which was actually the base for our Christmas tree.
Oh,
You know, so,
that's what we did. We had, well, he's got a Lionel train set, and we put it underneath the Christmas tree. It was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Our trains had three separate controls. One for the whistle, one for the smoke, and one to turn on.
oh yeah, yeah.
And I have to tell you, one Christmas had a ghost. We did have a ghost.
Yeah.
And because we were away and we came home and I said, "Do you hear something?" He says, "Yeah." And I said, "Our trains are going." I said, "And we've been away all weekend." We came in the house, the dogs were like running around crazy. They didn't know what to do. And the thing is you have to turn each control on separately. The whistles were going, the smoke was going, and the train was all going around.
Wow. Yeah.
I
Well,
said, "Wow, that was pretty interesting."
we don't have that problem here.
I'll send him here. I'll certainly send him over. But I had gone to a psychic, and she told me that it was actually, it was a little boy, right? I think that's what they told us, it was a little boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
I haven't put them up for a while, though.
Now, we have a ski hill here, a couple of skiers.
I see
And
that.
we have the sledders.
You have candy canes over here.
We have two deer who are fighting
Well, boy,
for the attention of this one over here.
Oh, a little rivalry, huh?
Yeah.
See, there's a story behind these little animals.
There's
And
always a story. There's always a story. We have a couple of stable scenes.
Oh, you do?
know,
Yeah. Where are they?
Well, there's one here, which we got this one in Florida.
Oh.
And then we have that plastic one over there.
Oh, I see. Oh, you've got so many lovely pieces here. Now, if you keep adding on, where are you going to put them, Mike? You're going to have to get a bigger table?
Well, what I'm thinking about, I was going to do it this year because these are all plain old incandescent lights. I was going to redo the entire infrastructure and change it to LEDs.
Oh.
But the LED lights aren't on sale yet. So I'm going to have to wait until after this Christmas and maybe do it then. And
Wait for the sales.
yeah, yeah.
Smart. Gotta go with it.
At the same time, I'm going to try to expand the inside loop. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll see what happens.
Wow.
So,
So this is all electric.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's no batteries involved here.
No, it's all plug-in.
Yeah. Wow, this is so cool. Now, do you have a special train, or are they all just different ones?
Well,
I mean, like-
I'm a big Boston and Maine fan, so the second locomotive there is Boston and Maine, and then the next two cars. This is
What are these going by? They're going by so
this
fast.
is the Boston and Maine. This is Boston and Maine, and that's Conrail, which replaced Boston and Maine. And as I said,
Oh,
this-
look, they're coming through the tunnel. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that, Bob? Coming right through the
and this
tunnel.
train here this is Alaska Railroad.
Oh,
That's the one I told you I found in a box at a.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much it.
that's so interesting, though.
We have a replica of of my first car.
Is that your first car?
Yeah, a
What was
Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, little Volkswagen, that was my
A bug.
first car.
Yeah, I just love this. I just love the car.
That's so funny. Wow.
And we have like some dream cars, which I'll never drive. If I can find, I probably won't find it. Oh, here we go.
Oh. What do we have here?
This kind of looks like a Mercedes convertible.
Oh, well, there you go. It's an upgrade there, Mike.
Mike, there's something about the radio.
Oh yes. One of the games we play when people come to visit is I tell them that there's a burglar on a ladder trying to get into the second floor of one of the houses, and so they'll spend quite a bit of time looking for this guy.
Oh, wow. You could spend a lot of time looking for that guy on here.
Well, there's 100. I'll tell them it's one of the lit houses. So
They're all lit.
there's 100 of them. You're going to try to find, and I don't make it easy.
Now, is the burglar inside the house?
Oh no, he's on a ladder trying to
Oh,
get
he's
in.
on the ladder
trying to get into the second floor.
Oh, wow. Did you happen to spot him, Bud? Oh,
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
that's funny.
If it's a child that's looking, and they find it, we're going to somebody's
Oh, that's nice.
little prize.
Yeah.
So there were prizes involved?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
no.
Make it that way.
Now, if I could, I wanted to show you something about how this is made.
Okay,
Okay, just give me a moment.
All righty.
The base is a rigid foam insulation, which you can get at the building supply store. Don't want to give out any names for you.
Looks like floral foam.
I don't know. Well, it may be, but
similar.
these are they're like 8 feet long and
Yeah.
2 feet wide, something like that.
Yeah.
And what I do is I have to cut one of them and glue them together, and that's the base. Now this material is very light,
It is very light.
so the whole thing is light.
Wow.
Then I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, Bob.
Let me go over here.
I saved this area here. All I need to do is to cut a slit
Oh, I see.
in that foam with a knife, and I use a trowel to force the wire down into the hole,
Oh,
and then I cover it with spackle and sand it, or otherwise smooth it out, and then paint it.
and where'd you learn how to do all this?
Well, here we go again. There's another interesting story.
We like stories, Mike.
Oh yeah, my grandson, when he was 8 years old, was able to join. Oh, let me see if I can get this back on.
Now that he's taken that out.
No problem. My grandson, when he was 8 years old, joined this club called Youth in Model Railroading.
Oh,
Let me show you this.
got a little of everything over here.
This is his badge,
Oh, look at this.
and they had
This is Michael Langlois.
It's not for me. It's my grandson.
Sure, Mike. Yeah, okay.
And they had regular meetings in Lowell, and the head of the club is a professional layout maker,
Oh,
and he would give lessons on how to do different things. That's probably where we learn how to make the trees, and also this.
very creative.
Yeah.
Very creative.
So also, this year, I upgraded this inside track.
Yeah.
Again, with track that I found at a secondhand store. So,
Phones are going off here.
you know, so that's worked out very well.
Wow.
Let's see. I showed you the skating rink.
Yeah, we don't want to overlook anything.
Well, the next thing we could talk about the trains themselves,
Okay.
if you want to.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay. Now, earlier you mentioned Lionel.
Right.
This is
the big
Lionel.
boys right here.
Right. If you grew up in the 50s, this is the type of train that everybody had. I had a Lionel train
Yeah.
in the 50s. This is not it. This is another one. You want to hear this story? we went to a flea market in Pelham, and this guy was selling a complete set, a Lionel set. He wanted $20.
Wow. That's a
which-
buy.
It is, but of course, being a negotiator,
You tried to talk him down?
yeah, I said, well, what about 10? And he said, well, I'm also selling these raffle tickets. What about if you buy a raffle ticket for $10, which was what they were, and buy the trains for 10, that'll be the $20.
Yep.
So I did. I lost the raffle.
But you got the train.
It's a great deal. It's still a great deal.
It is a
All right,
real
so,
good deal.
So this is the 027 scale, which people might remember from the 50s.
Wow.
Then later on, they came out with HO scale, which is half. HO is half O.
Half O?
Half. This is O.
Oh, okay.
This is half.
Oh,
Okay. So this is half the size.
okay.
Pretty much.
Oh, half O, okay.
Then,
There's a lot to learn here, Mike.
and notice, Boston, Maine. And this train, by the way, has the same number as the train. I think it's the North Conway.
Oh, the one that goes around the mountain?
Yeah, there's a North Conway Train Museum, and they have a right. This is the same number as that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you play that on the lottery? You might win.
Because we live in a condo, spaces at a premium, I chose to go with N scale, which is probably half.
Half of
It's
the
about
O.
half of HO.
Yeah.
And this is not for. This is also Boston and Maine.
Wow.
Okay.
I think he likes Boston and Maine.
Oh yeah.
What's the,
HO and N.
look at that.
There you go.
Now, why do you like Boston and Maine? Were you affiliated with the train station
Not
or
at all.
something? You
No,
just-
because it's local. When I was a kid, my mother used to take me into Boston every couple of months, and we always took the train because she didn't drive. So, I just love the trains.
A couple of months ago, Bob and I were going up Tingsboro down the boulevard, and we heard the train, and we were looking. We said, all these people are standing on the side of the road. I was trying to take pictures as we were driving. The Barnum and Bailey's Circus
Oh, wow.
was driving by the train. They were on their way to Maine, I believe.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really neat.
And over here we have, this is also N scale. Now, you can see the difference here. O scale, N scale. So
They're getting smaller and smaller, Mike.
it's the same scale. This is the same scale. But so you've got to be pretty. You've got to have some dexterity.
Oh, sure.
And you can't have to be pretty steady to deal with these little guys.
Oh, sure. How long does it take you to set this up?
I'm going to say, if I'm not making any modifications, I'm going to say we take about 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you start when you set this up? Do you start in the center? Do you just randomly find your pieces and just
no.
set them up?
Oh,
Or do you have a,
I have certain. This is the area for It's a Wonderful Life. Because the houses fit there pretty well.
yeah,
This is the area for the Christmas Carol.
okay.
That's the area for Santa's Village. After that, it's pretty much random.
Yeah,
I try to like
put the themes in the front
Yeah.
and then sort of build up the
and
village
the
in the back.
special ones I try to put out front so people can see them more easily. Yeah.
That lighthouse is so cool. I love that little
It
lighthouse.
really is the way it
kind of
it does just blink. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
We did very well finding all of these little pieces randomly. But
Well, yeah.
that's how you find them, though.
Over the years, yeah.
You go to different
It's just-
places
it's just
and you
something-
say, oh, look at
It's just something to do.
It is.
It's just fun.
Now, does Carol have a hobby too?
Yeah. Yes.
Help them put these houses down and
and have a,
Yeah, she,
Oh, she's your helper?
Carol tells me, I don't want the house here, I want it there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do that.
she has her own little system.
yeah. And she'll remind me if I've left something out. She'll say, oh, you forgot to do the...
I don't know how you can remember if you forgot something here, Carol. Look at all the,
Well, first of all, I didn't have the skating rink, and Carol
Yeah.
says, you got to put the skating rink down. Yeah.
oh,
And so she helped me with that, and other things. She'll move some of the houses around.
sure.
Sometimes she'll hide the burglar on me, so that I have to go looking for it.
Bob, do you know what the burglar is? I don't know.
I think I know where it is this year. Every year I kind of.
He's climbing a ladder?
He's climbing a ladder. He's on the outside of a building, climbing a ladder, trying to get in.
We're gonna have to check this out, Bob, see if we can't find that
I'll give you a
burglar.
little clue. He's sort of in an alley.
In an alley. That could pretty much be anywhere on here. That's cool.
But the kids love that, you know, like, oh, I can see the burglar.
That's so nice that you do that, you know, have people over here and,
Well, we're gonna have the people come here December 1st.
oh, that's very nice. And did they try to find the burglar?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
Everybody gets
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're all kids at Christmas time.
Oh, that's great. Well, what else would you like to show us?
Well, I think that's...
Did we,
Oh, I know what it is.
oh, he thought of something else, huh?
Talking about my grandson, you know, that he was in the club called Youth and Model Railroading. He made this one thing, and I want to show it to you.
This is our grandson, Michael.
Hi, Michael, how are you?
See you later, Mike.
No,
Wow.
you're gonna say, oh, Grampy must have done this. No, that's not true. He did it himself. I cut the board because, and I helped him nail this fence around. But it's what it is. It's a junkyard. And he did it all himself.
Wow.
I mean, he put them out. He arranged the vehicles, glued them down, sprayed it, did the ground. And that's
He's
just
creative like Grandpa.
runs in the family.
Wow, that's terrific. Now, are you planning on adding any more to this? Well, if you happen to see something, I suppose, or is this?
Well, what happens is there's a number of houses that we have retired because we think these are better.
Oh.
Okay, so that's the only thing that'll really happen from now on. There's really nowhere to go. I'm not going to make it bigger because this just fits under our bed.
Oh, I was just going to say, where do you store this?
Right under
Well,
the bed.
it's a condo. You know, we don't have an attic. We don't have a garage. So we just have what we have here.
Yeah.
So at the end of the season, all the houses fit in one tote. All the train stuff fits in another tote,
Oh,
and we'll wrap up the base and stick it under the bed.
well, I thought you were talking like one of those plastic under the bed things.
No. Well,
Well, you probably could put it in that.
it's it's too big.
Too big.
It's too big to fit in that. But and that's it. You
That's
know.
great.
And you'll see the skirt here.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You know where the presents go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never know.
that's terrific. Well, we thank you for having us over. Come on, Bob, come on over and, you have any questions for Mike? Huh?
I think that's probably going to be. I mean, I found these houses this year, and they're really totally out of scale. But I mean, obviously, they're too big. But you know, I couldn't resist it. $1. So I had to have them.
Right, huh?
I had to have them.
Wow.
And you know, I mean, it's the thing that I like to say about it is there are some modelers who are artists and real craftsmen. And when my grandson was in the club, and I would go with him to the meetings, and we would see some real artistry. I mean,
Yeah.
you would swear this is the place. you
Yeah.
know. You don't see that here, but my imagination lets me look through the rough spots of what I've done. And we also have giants. This person
Oh,
is definitely out of scale.
yeah, it's a little bigger than the other ones.
Well, yeah. Well, they're all out of too big, because for
Probably eats green peas.
what's that?
Said he probably eats green peas.
Yeah. For N scale people, would probably be like 3/8 of an inch high.
Wow.
So you'd have to have a magnifying glass to see them. So that's why I take a little artistic license and use bigger people. So that we can see them. even though they might be giants.
That's funny. Well, he blends in.
Yeah. We also have, excuse me. I don't know if I should do ads. We also have the Cracker Barrel.
A little of everything there, huh?
And we also have, we also have Cinderella's Castle from Disney World. over
Wow.
there. So, we try to get mementos of places we've been.
Got a little-
I mentioned Aruba.
A little of everything going on here, huh?
Things like that.
That's great. So do you play like music to go with this at Christmas time? Or?
Myself? Do I? No, we play CDs.
Oh, you play CDs?
If that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That maybe you and Rocky would, do a little serenade, over the trains or.
No.
Oh, no. Now there's a thought.
Well, we have done that at the New Year's party, but that's New Year's Eve party, but that's all.
Yeah.
Here we're focusing on the trains and on the village, so the people can just enjoy it.
Well, but then there's so much to see, There's a lot to enjoy. I mean, it's just so relaxing. I mean, you just sit here and you could just look at it and just mellow out, relax.
Exactly, yeah.
Every time he puts it out, I mean, you feel so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes you feel, it's Christmas,
It's calming. It's very calming.
Yes, it is.
That's terrific. All right,
So there
Bob.
we go.
Bob, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing all this, and we'll find some good music to put on here. Preferably Christmas. I don't know.
Well, it will be.
Yeah.
They need
probably.
Christmas songs.
Yeah, definitely. You coming over, Bob? What do you think of that?
Unbelievable, a lot of work here.
I know. Makes you want to go out and get some trains, huh?
I have some.
This is true. Well, like I say, he's got the bigger ones.
And you talk about the Boston, Maine Railroad. We have the actual lights for the Boston, Maine. One is yellow, one has a red glass on it.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one's got a white glass on it. And from the B&M, we also have an oil can from B&M.
Yeah.
It says B&M right on there.
We have two of the original lanterns
Yep.
from the railroad. One of them still has some oil in it.
Wow.
The
We have to
original.
keep oil in it because it'll rust.
We don't want it to
So we
rust,
keep a little bit of
so-
oil in each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on in.
So come on in here.
I didn't realize we were on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can't escape us, Carol.
Oh, you tricked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have a couple of mementos. I have a Boston and Maine map,
Yeah.
and I have a key that they used, a lock, I should say, that they used to use to lock the box cars.
Oh,
I have one in the other room.
That's
A few other, my son gets me those little trinkets.
When I was a kid, we used to play in the railroad yards. And we used to hop on the train, too.
Oh, well, I never did that.
They were going real slow. You hop on it, you grab it. Oh, yeah. And we sat inside the thing and watched snow.
Oh, wow.
And when they left the yard, they kept on getting faster and faster. So that's when we used to jump off.
Oh, we had fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I always say, it's a miracle that boys grew up to be adults.
the stories that he tells me, I said, boy, you're a survivor, let me tell you.
We're all the same.
Yeah. Well, he used to jump off the buildings into the canal in Lowell when he was a kid.
Yeah,
Did you ever do
no,
that?
I never did that. No.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I lived in God's country, Centerville, so we didn't have any canals.
Oh, he was on Moody Street. He just didn't get over there.
Well, I learned how to swim on the Merrimack River. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, daredevils, huh?
Yeah. And we used to jump off the bridges into the canal.
I know they have a train show at the Shriners.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, we've been there.
Well, this
We've
is-
been to that one.
Well, this is actually my train show outfit.
Is it?
I have to.
Where's
wear,
your hat?
I have to wear. I don't wear the hat.
Bob
have one.
Bob's got the hat. He's got the conductor's
my
hat.
jeans, a denim shirt,
Yeah.
and my Boston and Maine T-shirt. I got to wear that. It's required.
Good.
This is fun, huh?
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, my mother and father would go over to, where the fireworks were when I was...
The most common.
Yes. And the trains would be there, and I was just a
South
little
Common, yeah.
kid looking up. That's the love from that time for the
Well, the wheels
trains.
of the train were this high.
Oh, I mean, when you're this small,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, sure, everything
oh,
looks
but
gigantic.
I still love trains. I love them.
And
In fact,
yeah,
I saw President Truman come into the depot. Oh, yeah, in Lowell. Yeah. He was back at, yeah.
And I'm old enough to remember. Again, I had mentioned going to Boston with my mother. I remember being at the depot, and a steam locomotive came in.
Well,
Scared the pants off me.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because the exhaust, the steam, you know.
The white
can-
steam come out
Oh
of
my
the
gosh.
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
And it's noisy and
They
loud.
came in with the valves, bang, bang, and then you see the porter, the white jacket, the hat,
Yeah, yeah.
get the luggage off the train.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. And then our train would start, choo, choo,
Oh, boy.
choo. And then the steam would come up.
well, see, you know sound effects, too.
I used to spend all my time at the railroad.
So, Bob, tell us, how old were you when Truman went?
Probably 9 or 10, something like that.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Some things you don't forget.
No,
I remember the.
That's quite memorable.
I remember the end of the war too.
You do?
Yeah, on Moody Street they had a Jeep, and behind the Jeep they had this dummy dressed up like Hitler, and it was dragging him through the town.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And you were just a kid then?
Oh yeah.
Boy, oh, boy.
I was also when they after war was then about 2 years after that, they came out visiting. The army came out visiting with these big lights and everything, the spotlight that they could aim on the aircrafts. Well, I had my picture taken like this with a little son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you have that picture at home?
Yes,
I've never seen that
it's
picture.
in a closet.
She hasn't brought that one out yet, Carol.
Pull them all out.
Yeah, and then they were storing all the aircrafts back into Nevada someplace. They flew over. I forget, it was about probably 500 or 600 planes flew over Lowell.
Wow.
Bombers, fighters, everything.
Really?
They just came in right over Lowell.
Wow.
Wow.
That's impressive, huh?
Yeah,
I wasn't around then.
too bad. Okay, about the train. This is good.
Yeah, this is so nice. I'm so glad you're sharing this with people at home and with us. I mean, because
I should also-
we're going to find the burglar, you know.
I should have also mentioned that this is also that same material.
Oh, that
Yeah,
phone.
yeah, and I glued pieces together, and then you either use a rasp or sandpaper or whatever to just smooth it out.
down, yeah.
Yeah, makes a mess. Carol loves that part.
Yeah, she's dancing with her little handbag, waiting.
Oh, we can't thank you enough for coming.
Oh, thank
thanks
you
for
so
coming.
much. It was a fun morning. Are we all in?
It's okay if I'm not.
Lucky.
Just making sure, Carol.
Yeah, we're all in and out.
So, from
Bob?
Gay,
Mike?
Carol.
thanks for joining us. Hope you have as much fun as we are over here. We'll find the burglar.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Did you move it, Mike? It's still the same place.
It's over here. You're gonna have to move him now.
Yes, oh, yes,
Zoom in, zoom in. Okay, there he is. See him? That little devil climbing up the side.